actually worked. All right. Let's see if we're still running. Yep. We are live once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to another edition of NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel. We've got another full race live stream for you guys, New Year's Eve edition here this afternoon. It is the North Carolina Drive for the Cure 250, and it is at the Charlotte Roval. It is the final race of the round of 12 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We've got session qualifying coming up as we always do in the road courses, and then we will head right into the race. Only 55 laps in today's race at the Charlotte Roval. For the Xfinity Series, on the race will fly by, so I figured I'd throw qualifying in the mix of the live stream as well, especially with it being session qualifying. We will be using the steering wheel for this race today. It has been a while since I used the steering wheel at this specific racetrack, so we're going to have to see how this is going to go. No practice, just going to jump straight into qualifying. That will be my practice for the race today, so hopefully we can get a good lap. We can get at least a couple laps in round one in. Get one solid one, try to get into the second and final round of qualifying, and then we'll go from there, obviously, run the full 10 minutes. So thanks for everybody tuning in here. Again, New Year's Eve, a Thursday afternoon right now. Hopefully most of you guys are having a very festive holiday up to this point as we count down to the new year, 2021. So here we go. On to qualifying now. I don't know how this is going to work. The camera might be shaking. I don't know what that was. And we already have heavy damage. You know what? Why is the car not turning? Hang on. We're restarting this. We are restarting this. I hope everything's calibrated right. I don't usually restart, but it is just qualifying. Okay, turn. Now turn. Okay. I don't know what that was. It was like it wasn't. No, it's still not turning. I don't think the car's that tight. That's strange. I know it's been a while since I've raced here. Oh, this is going to be hell for the first couple laps. This might not have been a wise idea, but we're actually trying to... We're going to laugh our way through this. We're not going to do the realistic broadcast until we get to the race, or at least until I start to run decent lap times. This is going to take a while for me to actually get a good lap in. So sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Just wait till we get to the chicane. I look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's sad. Jesus. It's the way that car bottoms out over the bumps. The turtles. Alright, this lap is going to count here for Dale Jr. Again, qualifying for the Charlotte Roval, Jr. will have to be one of the drivers to try his best and point his way in to the next round here today. He's trying to get ready in qualifying to at least run a good lap and get himself about as good of track position as he possibly can. It is going to be a rough climb, that's for sure. Still got a decent cushion in this opening round of the playoffs. But that DNF at Bristol to start definitely didn't help him. And then a tough finish in the last race at Vegas, where he finished outside the top 10. This first lap should be a pretty decent one, but Junior's still going to run one more lap in this opening round of qualifying. Again, the top 12 advanced to round 2. There's only 2 rounds. Oh my goodness. I don't know why. Can anybody tell me why it gives you a penalty There's a wall there for a reason. There's no wall there in real life. The wall in the game keeps you from missing the chicane. So if you hit it, shouldn't the damage be enough because that wall's not actually there in real life? It's a big pet peeve of mine whenever we come here. And it's probably going to be worse with the steering wheel today. Oh, that was a perfect corner. That really messed up lap 1. This lap, Junior's got to be on it. Pretty much had a stop and start off the front stretch chicane to start the second lap. So this is going to be a tough go for Dale Jr. right now to try and get into the second round. But he is going to be pushing extremely hard. This car is just not turning. Really tight. Kind of missed the shift there from third to fourth gear as well. That's not going to help things either. Lap 2 is going to be a lot better. 122.559, but it's still not going to be that quick for Dale Jr. 18th in qualifying. Ethan, welcome to the stream. And your round 1 winner, Austin Cindric. No surprise there. Owen Scott, Ashton G. King, welcome to the stream. What steering wheel do I use? It's an RWA Racing Wheel Apex, simply for my PS4. "15 seconds damage plus." The problem is we're using the steering wheel today, and I'm almost about to highly regret my decision on doing that. Lucas NASCAR for Life 18, welcome to the stream. Sydney Duncan 57, welcome to the stream. 10 people watching already here today. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Early afternoon qualifying has just wrapped up for the Charlotte Roval. Not a great qualifying effort for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's been hit or miss on the road courses this season, so we're going to have to wait and see how this one is going to work out. But first, we're going to take you through the points scenario because, again, this is the final race of the round of 12 for the Xfinity Series playoffs. Dale Jr. comes in with us here today with a 41-point cushion over the playoff cut line. A couple of bad finishes and pretty much another bad day today would very well knock him out depending on what happens with the other bubble drivers, especially if we say get a win from a driver that is below the cutoff line coming into the day. So he is 41 back, and the reason why I stated him first is because, of course, running as him. But right now, other drivers that are actually ahead of him in points, Austin Cindric is 53 points to the good. Let's see here. Chase Briscoe's 48 points to the good. So both those drivers, as well as Dale Jr., in a pretty comfortable situation, but you never know what could happen because they're not all the way clinched yet. 25 points to the good right now is the 10 of Ross Chastain. He's having himself pretty good playoffs up to this point. Michael Annett is 10 points to the good, so that's where the gap starts to narrow a little bit. Michael Annett, 10 points to the good. The last driver in on points right now is Jesse Little, who is one of the underdogs, and he comes in with a 1-point increase on that playoff cut line, so he is going to be one to watch out for today for that aspect. Brandon Jones, first driver outside the playoff cut line. He is at -1 right now. At -3 points, Justin Allgaier, so he is also right there on the bubble. And Tommy Joe Martins is 20 points below the cutoff line. Ryan Sieg is 35 points below the playoff cut line. So those are the 4 drivers that are not in. For Ryan Sieg, it's almost a must-win situation unless he scores a ton of points today and gets some help. He could still point his way in. The same kind of goes for Tommy Joe Martins. Another one of those underdogs coming into this round. Eli Strout, welcome to the stream. So once again, welcome everybody. 10 people watching already. Thanks for everybody tuning in here today for the Charlotte Roval on NASCAR Heat 5 Xfinity Series Edition. This might be a little bit of a train wreck. I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to try my best to race at the steering wheel this whole race today, but no guarantees we're going to make it to the end of the race. I didn't practice, and that was my fault. I should have practiced. I should have practiced, and we only had 2 laps of qualifying, plus a warm-up lap. Austin Cindric on the pole. It'll be Landon Castle starting at the rear, and as of right now as well, Justin Allgaier starting at the rear, so that's a tough break. Green flag is about to wave here at the Charlotte Roval. Green flag in the air. Xfinity Series road course racing is underway. Final road course race of the year. They're 3-4 wide through turn 1. Oh man, contact there with Dale Jr. and Chase Briscoe. They were 4 wide, turn 1, lap 1. Already here at the Charlotte Roval. Briscoe's losing a ton of ground. He's just getting trapped in the middle with virtually nowhere to go. Everybody jockeying for position and trying to find themselves in line right now. Got Wide Juniors running the infield portion of the racetrack. Just trying to keep it off of everybody and trying to race clean. And now Briscoe gets into the back of Junior. That actually kind of shot Junior up ahead a little bit. He gets by Justin Haley. A nice tight maneuver there, but a 3 wide pass to get around Haley and Riley Hurst. As Cindric leads into the backstretch chicane. Big bounce off the curb there by Junior. Trying to stay off the back of the 20 car there of Harrison Burton. 2 drivers that are already locked into the round of 8 right now. Noah Gragson won at Bristol and Harrison Burton won at Las Vegas. Both of those 2 drivers already in the next round. That leaves 6 spots open coming into this race today. Yeah, Indianapolis road course did not go too well for us. Seems like Junior's either contending for a win or he's wrecking out of the road course races this season as he tries to make a move on Brandon Jones. We were sloppy in qualifying, but little contact with Jones there. That got tight. Really, really tight to run side by side on a road course in general with these stock cars, but the infield portion of the road course here at the Roval is extremely tight as well. It's almost kind of about as close to a street course circuit as there is in NASCAR and road courses. Tim Lambert, welcome to the stream. Junior trying to outbrake Brandon Jones, and he does. Well, that's one way to get around him. I mean, he cut through the backstretch chicane about as well as he could have right there. That was definitely an awkward angle going into the corner, but he wanted to try and get around Jones, and now he's in the top 10. Remember, Junior trying to fight for every stage point he can get right now. 41 points above the playoff cut line. Just needs to make it to the end of the day. 15 laps in stage 1. Again, this is only a 55-lap race total. Junior's only going to get more and more comfortable as this race carries forward. But for stages 1 and 2, he's really going to have to tiptoe around these corners as well as he can. No surprise, road course ringer Austin Cindric out in front here at the Charlotte Roval. He has a win on a road course already this year, one at the Indy road course. That's his only win of the season so far. So he's looking for more playoff points. He comes in largest amount of points above the cutoff line that does not have a win yet. Again, 53 points ahead. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Happy early New Year indeed. Junior really gained a ton of time there through the infield portion of the racetrack as he closes in on Ross Chastain, trying to beat him back to the gas. Big bounce off the curb by Junior. He's all over the back of the 10 car. Junior's starting to back his corners up a little bit better right now. Junior hard into turn 1, trying to get around Ross Chastain. Chastain beats him back to the gas. That is a really tight corner in the Tums Heartburn turn. Some go 4 wide on lap 1 there. Junior's desperately trying to get around Ross Chastain right now. Into turn 3, bounce off the curb, a little contact between the 8 and the 10 car. How much room are they going to give one another now into turns 4 and 5? Not much. Junior overran the corner slightly. He's still side by side with Chastain. And he'll make the pass on the outside into that corner for 9th. You lose so much time running side by side on road courses as well. You have to take the corner so much tighter, and you have to get out of the gas so much sooner. These curves really jolting this race car around in the early going as well. For most of these race cars, for that matter. Junior picked up a little time in the front stretch chicane already, only 11 laps to go in stage 1. Caution is going to wave. First time today. Caution is out, and it's only on lap 5. Not sure where at exactly. Daniel Hemrick is taking the race lead. We have a car up in smoke. Oh no, I think it's problems for Austin Cindric. Major playoff implications for Cindric. He came in with a 53-point lead in on lap 5. It looks like his engine has blown while leading. He is not going to get any stage points, and only 1 point for his race finish. But 53 points, is that going to be enough for him to still win it? Or I should say still advance to the round of 8. Man, that's going to be close. We're really going to have to pay attention to where those guys below the cutoff line run. So Brandon Jones was the driver that was just barely below the cutoff line coming into the race. He has to outscore Austin Cindric by quite a few points. Look at Junior, 3 wide to the outside into turn 1. What a move by both Jones and Junior there to try and split Harrison Burton. Another tight restart as Hemrick takes control at the front of the field. Saw a 9 playoff driver win the truck race and the cup race at Talladega. We might see the same here for the Xfinity race at the Roval. Burton just drills Dale Jr. from behind. That allowed Jr. to mess up the next corner and trying to get around Jeremy Clements as well. Burton very desperate for position there to get back at Jr., even though Jr. passed him clean on the restart. So maybe the heavy favorite Austin Cindric being done for the day with an engine failure on lap 5 while leading nonetheless. That is a huge moment. And now Clements runs into the back of Dale Jr. Cars are bouncing off one another. Junior's rear bumper is going to get worn out here by the end of this thing. That might affect the handling of the race car after a little bit. Seven laps to go, stage 1. No doubleheader today, unfortunately for you guys, I guess. It's just a shorter race. I have family coming over tonight, too. So I'll be pretty busy. Another reason why we have a little bit earlier start time, but I figure with it being New Year's Eve and it's a holiday, it was okay to have an earlier start time. What a run by Junior using that excess pavement there off the exit of turn 5 rather, and Allgaier's trying to make a pass on Alex LeMay right now. Junior really trying to arc his corner off to try and maybe sweep underneath LeMay. Great job done by Dale Jr. that time. Oh, low contact, trying to clear Alex LeMay. And Junior's up to 4th after starting 17th in today's race. To get this high up in the running order, and not a lot of green flag laps either because we had that one caution early on. He is doing a fantastic job right now. It also helps a little bit that the heavy favorite is out. Noah Gragson trying to get his second win of the young playoffs right now as he's in second place behind his teammate. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the front of the field for Dale Jr. Motorsports. Big run in the front stretch chicane. Jr. got through there about as perfectly as he could. Gregson still trying to get around Daniel Hemrick for position. So can Brandon Jones score 54 points today and knock out Austin Cindric? That would be unbelievable if he did that. Granted, Jesse Little is also only 1 point above the playoff cut line. Justin Allgaier is only 3 points off the playoff cut line. Even Allgaier can score 57 and jump Cindric today. XX Games XX, welcome to the stream. Blue Cookie, welcome to the stream as well. Junior hard into that backstretch chicane again, trying to gain as much time as possible. As the Junior Motorsports Chevrolets are looking very, very good in the early going of today's race. I can tell you there is going to be a sweat by the end of this thing. Running the full race with the steering wheel. That's a good thing this thing's only 55 laps. I'm out of my mind doing this. I'm actually holding my own right now. Junior's been getting pushed around on the restarts. That's the only danger right now. He's been hit from the rear a couple times already on the restarts with people trying to move him, but he's doing a good job once things get spaced out. We're almost to the end of stage 1. If Gregson and Hemrick get to battling really harsh with one another, Allgaier might be there for the taking, and don't count Junior out of it either if they get alongside one another. Allgaier needs every point he can get. Again, 3 points below the playoff cut line. He's 2 behind Jones and 3 behind Jesse Little. No sign of where Jesse Little's at right now. We'll keep an eye at the end of the stages to see where everybody's at points-wise. The stages are split up like this. 15 laps in stage 1, another 15 laps in stage 2. And the final stage of the race is going to be 25 laps. And the top 3 are all under a blanket right now. I think Hemrick might be holding up the 2 guys behind him, but Gregson's being very patient. How much patient is he going to get? I can't imagine Allgaier Jr. is going to be patient. The situations they're in compared to those front 2, where you have a non-playoff driver and a driver that's already locked into the round of 8. Up ahead, this could be a pretty good battle to the end of stage 1 coming up between these teammates, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to get around one another with being teammates and knowing a couple of the predicaments that some of those drivers are in. Gregson might be looking for the pass. Underneath Daniel Hemrick, not going to get him there. Junior's starting to close in now as well. Trying to look at the chat as much as I can as well here today, so sorry if I'm not able to keep up with it as much. Junior hard into that backstretch chicane. Look at how much ground Dale Jr. gains. He is all over the back of the 7 of Allgaier now as the top 4 are nose to tail. And then Brandon Brown sitting in 5th right now, about 5.5 seconds back. Big bounce off the curb by really all 4 of them ran over at least one curb, whether it was on entrance or exit. Gregson drives it in really hard into turn 1. That's the 2nd or 3rd lap in a row. It looked like he was going to get close to getting around Hemrick right there on the racetrack. Yep, another video is going to be out at some point tonight as well. A little compilation video for the channel. So be on the lookout for that. Oh, Junior drove it in deep. And he takes away 3rd from Allgaier. And now he's going for 2nd on Gregson. Clean pass on Noah Gregson. Dale Jr. is up to 2nd place. Boy, he made that happen quick, but knowing it is almost the end of stage 1, he's got to go quick. Gregson took way too long to get around Hemrick. That's about as quick as Junior could have passed both of those guys as well. He made a little contact with Allgaier, and now Gregson tries to move him back out of the way. He almost got him back in the backstretch chicane. That was a close one. That's what Hemrick wants to see, is those guys going at it for 2nd place. It's going to allow him to pull away. 2 laps to go in the stage this time by. Junior got through there beautifully. Big run to the back of Hemrick now. Into turn 1. Junior looks to the inside. Side by side for the lead here at the Charlotte Roval. Hemrick trying to hold on to 2 8 cars. Going at it. Not a lot of room for Junior. He goes a little wide. And now it's Noah Gragson to the inside for second place. And Junior goes wide again. Gragson takes over the spot. Junior very aggressive to try to get to the lead there. And he lost a couple spots because of it. He felt like that was his best chance to get around Hemrick. He tried to take the opportunity at hand, a little bump and run now on Justin Allgaier. He runs him a little wide, and they battle for third. Junior clear. Junior hard into the backstretch chicane. Oh, contact with the 9. Getting desperate now. White flag this time by in stage 1. That's going to help Hemrick a little bit again. These guys are going at it for second place, but nobody can get around the guy with the clean air at the front right now, which is Daniel Hemrick. BMNJ, welcome to the stream. Great corner there by Junior. Trying to send it in on Gragson. Junior needs to get around Gragson quickly, and he does. Took him only 2 corners. Allgaier trying to follow. He's looking for every point possible. Junior almost overrated the corner. That was close. He doesn't have a lot more time to get around Hemrick. He's got to go. Allgaier to third. Got to follow Junior's line to get around Noah Gragson. Half a lap to go. Hemrick kind of beat Junior back to the gas. It's going to be tough to get around that car with the clean air. Junior needs to have a really solid corner here in the backstretch chicane. Trying to back the corner up as much as he possibly can. Not bad, but Hemrick held his own. Well, it's going to come down to the front stretch chicane to win stage 1 for Junior. Looking for every point he can get to try to point his way, or at least get closer to doing that. Here in this stage, big run by Junior in the front stretch chicane. He puts the bumper to Hemrick, but Hemrick will hang on to win stage 1. Junior gave it all he had and more, and he tried to put the bumper to his teammate in his cell-phone race car there at the last second, but it wasn't enough to move him out of the way, and Daniel Hemrick will win stage 1 here at the Charlotte Roval. Followed by Junior. Allgaier finishes third. Gragson fourth. Brandon Brown the top 5. Followed by Alex LeBay, Chase Briscoe, Harrison Burton, Jeremy Clements, and Tommy Joe Martin scores 1 point there. So Brandon Jones, no stage points. Justin Allgaier gets 8, sorry. So Allgaier is 5 points ahead of Jesse Little and 6 points ahead of Brandon Jones right now. That is the playoff cut line. And Michael Annette, who is 10 points above, gets no points as well. So that means that Michael Annette is 5 points above the playoff cut line. Or sorry, no, he's still 10 points. Okay, yeah, that didn't change. Green flag back in the air. Daniel Hemrick will restart from the lead. Nobody hit pit road there, trying to hold their track position as they're side by side for the lead. Junior trying to hang on tight. He knows how important this battle for the clean air is. And he gets around Hemrick. Oh, big bounce off the curb. Gragson trying to get to his inside. Junior with the block as he hangs on to the lead. Gragson is able to go from 4th to 2nd on the restart, though. Pretty good race up to this point. Junior able to get to the lead for the first time today, early in stage 2. And that clean air advantage is going to be huge. See if Gregson can maybe stick with him. I think Noah Gregson and Justin Allgaier each have very fast cars. I think of the 4 Junior Motorsports Chevrolets in the top 4, I think that Hemrick probably had the least fastest, but he had the track position and nobody could get around him at the end of stage 1. Junior with a wheel hop in second gear getting into turn 6, and he completely overran the corner. Really badly, too. It wasn't really his... I mean, it was obviously his fault, but as soon as he dropped the car to second gear, the rear tires kind of slid out from underneath him, which caused the car to turn earlier than he anticipated. That's why he kind of undercut the corner slightly. Still hangs on to the lead, but Gregson definitely closed the gap. He's all over the back of Junior. Junior's going to run hard into the backstretch chicane. And he runs a little wide, but he still hangs on to the lead. I don't even know how. No clue how Dale Jr. was able to hold on to the lead there. Gregson trying to sneak underneath him. Defensive line by Junior. Into the front stretch chicane as he holds on to the lead. 10 laps to go now in stage 1. We're going to alternate to the different camera angles for the first time today. Another quick little wheel hop there getting into turn 1. Gregson is all over the back of Dale Jr. right now, looking for the lead. Gregson puts the bumper to Junior. Wasn't able to get around him there. He tried, though. Allgaier and Hemrick battling for third still. And Allgaier is going to get around him. Look at how violent this is off the curb. Oh, it said he undercut the chicane, and that is a penalty for Dale Earnhardt Jr. for cutting the backstretch chicane, so that will give the lead to Noah Gregson. Jr. only able to lead 2 laps. It didn't look like he undercut it. He definitely ran over top of the curbs, that's for sure. That was a bumpy ride, to say the least. But Jr. gets the penalty for missing the backstretch chicane. So that is a tough break there for Dale Jr. as he fades back for the moment to 4th. Triple Boy 3, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year's Eve indeed. '20 coming up here in a matter of hours. Junior's trying his absolute best right now to run back down on Noah Gregson, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, who are all in front of him. A penalty for missing the backstretch chicane early in stage 2 for Junior while leading the race gave Gregson the lead. Gregson was already kind of putting pressure on him and breathing down his neck there for a little bit, and obviously that didn't help matters. Oh, wow, Junior really wide in the Tums Heartburn turn. Car's starting to get a little banged up right now too, and that's not helping the handling for Dale Jr. whatsoever. Brandon Brown is starting to close into his back bumper. Chase Briscoe muscled his way to 6th place. he had a pretty big points cushion over the cutoff line coming into today's race as well. So sitting comfortably right now if he just gets to the end of this race. And boy, if Cindric is able to make it to the next round of the playoffs, I think you have to thank the efforts he had in the first 2 races of the round, both at Bristol and Las Vegas, to get him into that round of 8, because he came in with a 53-point cushion, and getting just 1 point here today after it looked like he was going to have one of the stronger cars leading the opening 5 laps, but on that 5th lap he blew an engine. Junior is starting to close in on Daniel Hemrick when he's starting to hit his corners, and he's pulling away from Brandon Brown as well. When Junior hits his marks around this racetrack, he has looked like the fastest car, or it looks like he has the fastest car out there. And he had the track position but lost it with a crucial mistake in the backstretch chicane already. Oh, wow, that was a slide right there. It is amazing how much the curbs just throw these race cars around. You got to think of how heavy they are as it is. Another big bounce off the curb. 6 laps to go, stage 2. Definitely going to have to monitor the tire wear here. For Dale Jr., you got to wonder what's more important, trying to go for the race points or the stage points. He's in an interesting situation. He came in 41 points above the playoff cut line. He did finish second in stage 1, so he scored a lot of points there. But do you maybe pit before the end of the stage so you can restart in the lead and sacrifice the 7 stage points he'd get for finishing 4th right now? The only reason that is as risky as it is because if he gets in an accident before the end of the race and he misses the next round by a couple points, you can look back to stage 2 where he could have had 7 of them. And that's what puts him in a very tough situation right now. To try and make that call of racing for points and trying to race for the win. Because again, that final stage is only 25 laps. It is not long. And I would have to imagine that they could probably make it on fuel in that final stage. Only had 1 caution so far today. And then the caution laps ran under the stage break. That means it would be about a 24 lap tire stent here, as well as a fuel run to the green white checker flag if we don't get another caution. Now pit road, something else you got to look at too. Pit road closes with 2 laps to go in the stage. Junior might miss the backstretch chicane again. Nope, not quite. Kind of hopped over it. Massive jump on the curbing on the corner entry. Brandon Brown is really starting to close that gap once again. Now, given there's going to be some caution laps ran as well at the end of Stage 2, you're likely looking at only 22 laps of scheduled green flag distance to go in that final stage, and who's to say, you know, maybe we'll get another caution or two in the final stage of the race. That wouldn't be shocking the way the playoffs have gone in all three series up to this point, despite the fact we've only had one caution up to this point here today. He's actually taking care of his tires really well in this race. Gonna lock the brakes up there. Downshifted to first just to make sure he can kind of run into the corner a little bit harder. He's trying to ease the pressure by just simply pulling away from Brandon Brown. Still waiting to see on what decision he is going to make as far as if he is going to pit or not. But I think he's got to make his mind up by the end of the lap. Because again, pit road closes with 2 to go. They'll have 3 to go this time by. But Gregson's going to reach the 2 to go mark for pit road to close before Junior can get to pit road the next lap. Wow, man, what a huge hop off the curb again. Looked like Junior was looking at the sky. It's tough to tell when to gauge to get back into the gas when you're bouncing off the curbs as much as you are here at the Charlotte Roval, as much as we have seen today. And Junior looks like he's going to make that decision to just stay out on the racetrack, take the stage points. Actually, he wouldn't have been able to pit that time anyway. We have 2 to go. Lost track of how many laps we have left. 2 laps to go now on the stage, so pit road was closed when Gregson hit the line that last time. And no pressure for Noah Gregson to get himself a extra playoff point here. That will carry over into the next round. Noah Gregson's had a whale of a playoffs up to this point. Already has a win, a couple stage wins. He's about to add another one, assuming he doesn't blow it here in the final lap and a half. Fifth place car is closing in as well on Dale Jr. Wow, closing in big time going into that front stretch chicane, let me tell you. Final lap of stage 2 now. Shouldn't have to worry about the tires at all. I think they'll hang on pretty well. What a run by Tommy Joe Martins. He came in 20 points below the playoff cut line. Oh, coming into the day, Junior goes wide off the curbing. He was on 2 wheels for about 3 or 4 seconds, and that's going to give Tommy Joe Martins another spot. Again, 20 points below the cutoff line for Martins into the day. And he is putting himself up to 4th place right now with that mistake by Junior, although that really wasn't his fault. I don't know what happened with the game and the curbing there. That was super drastic as well, and Junior's going to try to get back around him, but he might not have the... Well, he's still got a little bit of grip in the tires left. He's going to try. Track position is key. Final lap of the stage. Martin looking for every point he can get. Great set of corners there by Junior. Last lap past Justin Allgaier is going to steal stage 1. What a move by Allgaier to get around Gregson into the front stretch chicane. Junior, meanwhile, trying to make a move on Tommy Joe Martins. He puts the bumper to him, and he steals his position right back at the line by inches for 4th. So Justin Allgaier wins stage 2 on a last lap pass on Gregson going into the front stretch chicane. That was a pretty wild finish up there. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Junior Motorsports. And the first set of pit stops coming up now. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel coming. Only 5 seconds of damage, so that can be repaired for Dale Jr. under this pit stop. But he's likely going to lose some time, though. Fighting for every point you can get. Justin Allgaier winning that stage. He is seeming pretty comfortable to make it into the next round of the playoffs. For Tommy Joe Martins right now, he has scored 7 stage points. He's 13 points behind Jesse Little. And 12 points behind Brandon Jones. So that is a battle you're going to have to look out for as well. Green flag back in the air. Dale Jr. sending it into turn 1. Oh man, pretty vicious contact back there with Harrison Burton. Though Burton kind of shoved him out of the way earlier, so I guess it was fair. Junior's got to go. He lost a lot of time on pit road. His pit crew costed him 5 spots. The damage that had to be repaired, and Junior just running wide, and now contact with his teammate Hemrick. As they battle for the clean air and the lead out in front, Noah Gregson and Justin Allgaier at least are battling. Junior still side by side with Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick trying to side draft him on the left side of his race car. They need to sort this out before they get into the backstretch chicane. Junior's going to outbrake him and take away the 3rd spot. Great set of corners there by Dale Jr. He'll move up to 3rd. I think we're setting up for a pretty wild finish today. We've had really close finishes in each of the first 2 stages. That was a great set of corners there by Junior again. I'm not sure how, but Allgaier was just able to run Gregson down at the right time. I don't know if maybe they had lap traffic around him. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't even think Gregson was in position to really lose the stage, but he lost it on the last set of corners there on the front stretch chicane that Allgaier was able to get around him. Boy, Allgaier timed it perfectly, and again, he needed the points. He came in 3 points below the playoff cut line. In total here today, Allgaier walks away with 18 stage points versus Brandon Jones and Jesse Little, the 2 drivers that were 2 points and 3 points ahead of him, scored none. So that puts Allgaier about 15 points ahead the cutoff line into the final stage. He is now all of a sudden in a comfortable situation. He finishes in the top 10. He's got a spot locked up as long as, you know, Jones, Martins, or Little don't win at least. Tommy Joe Martins likely isn't going to be able to catch Allgaier now as well, despite Martins having a good day. Michael Annette scored stage points as well. He was 10 points above the cutoff line coming in. Everybody else pretty much is kind of set. 20 laps to go here at the Charlotte Roval to decide a winner. This is going to be a good race. Only 1 caution today. And that was back at lap 5 for Austin Cindric blowing an engine. We'll go back to the normal camera now for the rest of the race as well. We've seen some awesome road course racing on the channel. This is the final race of 2020. Maybe this could set up for one of those classic races on the channel here to end the year off strong. It's shaping up to be that way. It's going to be tough to get around Allgaier, though. Wow, Junior just so strong. He's either super strong in the chicanes or he loses a ton of time. There's really no in between, it seems like. And he gained a lot of time there. So as far as the playoff cutoff line goes, Allgaier wins. Yes, he came in below, but the stage points have put him above it going into the final stage, putting him in a situation where Martins is going to have to beat him by quite a few points, over 20 in the final stage alone. Allgaier's basically going to have to DNF. And if he doesn't DNF, then either Martins, Jones, Little, or Sieg are going to have to win. They're all below the cutoff line as we speak. So that's pretty much the point situation there. They're pretty much in a must-win situation, or they have to beat Allgaier, like we mentioned, by about 12 points, I think it was. 12 points for Brandon Jones. Jesse Little's going to, or sorry, 12 points for Jesse Little. Brandon Jones going to have to beat him by 13. Martins is going to have to beat him by 15. And Ryan Sieg, I think he's absolutely in a must-win situation now because he was already 35 below the cutoff line. He didn't get any stage points today either. Oh, what a set of corners. Oh, little contact. Junior almost got through the chicane a little bit too good. And he ran right into the side of Gregson. That slowed both of them down as Allgaier tries to pull away again. Ryan Berwick, welcome to the stream. 10 people watching right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Thursday evening, New Year's Eve evening. Hopefully you guys are having a happy holiday. What a strong move by Junior on the outside. Off the exit of the front stretch chicane. Junior had such a great run there that he just took the outside path and cleared Gregson before they even got into turn one, and a nice clean pass nonetheless. So he got around Gregson, but it is going to be really tough to get around the driver with the clean air. You have had to use the bumper. Nobody has actually passed the leader cleanly today, except for when Gregson took the lead away from Junior, but that's because Junior missed the backstretch chicane and had to completely come to a full stop to serve his penalty. So I don't even know if I would count that as one of those clean passes. Junior lost a lot of time there in the infield portion of the racetrack, but he gains it all back. Whatever time he lost in the infield, he gained it right back on the backstretch. Closed in a half a second alone right there. He's going to try to do the same here on the front stretch chicane now. Another great corner. Junior all over the back of Allgaier for the lead. 17 laps to go still. You have to be patient at the same time. You know there's not a lot of laps left, and who's to say we're not going to get another restart? And I'm sure Junior doesn't want to restart in that outside lane going into the Tums Heartburn turn. Last time he had to do that, he lost a couple spots on the restart. Tough to restart on the outside here. Junior trying to get whatever draft he can here on the actual oval portion of the racetrack. It's the highest speed area of the racetrack. Specifically going into this backstretch chicane, 165 miles an hour before they get into the braking zone. Junior really rolled through there nicely again. A little bit of a wheel hop, though. That allows Allgaier to get back to the gas just a little bit sooner. Junior's been having some bad luck with the curbing here today, let me tell you. He's waiting for Allgaier to make a mistake. I don't know if Justin Allgaier is going to make a mistake. Junior's going for it. For the lead. Contact. He runs it wide. Allgaier keeps it off the wall, I believe. Oh, and he hits him back. Oh, my goodness. A little bit of payback from Allgaier. He did a great job keeping that car off the wall. And here comes Gregson out of nowhere. Junior got in the back of Allgaier again. Gregson's the second. Where did he come from? I thought the top two just pulled away. Not quite. Oh, little contact between the 8 and the 9 car now. So Junior tried to move Allgaier in turns 2 and 3. Allgaier moved him back in turn 4. And then Gregson took away second for a short time there. Wow, Junior got into the backstretch. Chicane a little hot. Contact. Hang on, boys. We still got 16 to go. My goodness. Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream. Things are getting wild here at the Charlotte Roval late. Allgaier and Jr. have to be careful here. They're not locked into the next round of the playoffs. If they DNF, there's a good chance they're both going to miss. So although the win seems important right now, they are in above the cutoff line as we speak, and the only way that they can is if we get a new winner. Junior into the back of Gregson. How did Junior miss Gregson coming back across the racetrack? No caution as Gregson spins into the wall. He checked up early into turn 3. Junior got into the back of him, and I don't even know how Junior was able to correct the car and miss Gregson as he spun across the racetrack. Everybody else behind missed. Looks like Gregson only lost 2 spots. He goes from 2nd to 4th, but he's now about 5.5 seconds back of Junior. And all of a sudden, Allgaier's got a 4-second lead, and Junior's got to run him down. That's going to be tough with Allgaier having the clean air. Junior charging hard already. He already gained a half second in the backstretch chicane. Well, I mentioned things were getting wild here at the Charlotte Roval, and that was about as wild as we have seen it so far today. Crowd on their feet for the hometown kid, Junior Nation. From Mooresville, North Carolina. Not too far outside of Charlotte. Maybe pushing just a little bit too hard right now to try and catch his teammate Justin Allgaier. Remember, these 5 points would roll over into the next round. Allgaier already won stage 2. Now, I think lap traffic will be a factor if we stay green to the end. How much damage does Gregson have? Maybe Gregson was able to come to a stop before he hit the wall, too. That's definitely possible. There is no pressure on Allgaier right now. Junior's got time to catch him. It's not over. It's going to be tough to come from a 4.5 second deficit, though. Ooh, almost got back in the gas too soon. Well, he still did. I mean, he grazed the wall, but he was pointed at a head on there for the instant of him first applying the brakes. Junior just seems to lose too much ground in the infield portion of the racetrack. He looked really good in the first 2 stages through the infield, but now it almost seems like he's gaining more time in the chicane, and Allgaier is really pulling away in the infield. Junior's gained a half second in about 3 laps, but he's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit more if he's going to catch Allgaier. That's about as good as he could have gotten through the backstretch chicane there. That was about 3.5 seconds off the lead. Well, we didn't see patience the first time Junior tried to get around Allgaier. I don't think you're going to see it this time. He wanted to pass him clean initially, but once he made the initial bump, he knew he had to go for it, and then Allgaier hit him right back, which Junior had it coming. Daniel Hemrick still in third. Gregson's still in fourth. Martins is back up to fifth, but they're quite a ways off the lead. It's basically a two-car race now, unless they get racing with one another again, because Gregson kind of came out of nowhere the first time those two were battling for the lead. We didn't even realize he was anywhere close to him. Lap traffic not too far ahead of Allgaier, so that clean air advantage is about to go out the window as well. If lap cars start to get in the wrong place at the wrong time, which it can very easily happen, and actually the first lap car has just blown an engine and has come to pit road. Couldn't tell who that was. There's still a couple more cars not too far ahead of Allgaier. Allgaier is stuck behind, I think it's the 90 of Baccarella. Is the first lap car up here. I could be wrong. We'll see when we get closer. Allgaier's got to get around him on the outside. Jeff Green. So Jeff Green was the first lap car. He's got Vinnie Miller in the mix up here as well. Matt Mills is up there. I think Austin Hill. That lead is dwindling. Allgaier's getting through that lap traffic about as quickly as he can right now. Well, this is going to be tough. He's still got two more cars as they go into the backstretch chicane. Junior driving it in deep, trying to get around Jeff Green as quickly as he could. Great move there by Junior. Allgaier's lead's down to a second and a half, but there's still 3 lap cars between the top two. So now Junior's going to have to make quick work of these guys. And I don't think he's going to be able to. He's got to really check up in the front stretch chicane with the lap cars in his way. And this is costing him a ton of time. Junior did not catch these guys in a good spot. Oh, a little bump to the back of Miller saying, hey, I got to go. Points are so crucial for the next round. Junior does get around Mills and Austin Hill cleanly. That contact with Vinnie Miller probably held him up. Junior cut the lead down to a second and a half. It's back to 3.5 seconds again. So whatever ground he was gaining before that was basically lost. Now the net gain is only 1 second. It was at 4.5 at the most there with about 16 to go, but still got 10 laps, and I'm sure there will be more lap traffic before the end, but Allgaier got through the lap traffic a lot better than Junior did. He just caught him in a lot better spot on the oval portion of the racetrack. Junior did not catch him until he got to the infield. Well, really, he didn't catch him until they got to the front stretch chicane. These guys are good to go on fuel and tires for the rest of the race as well, so that will be no issue. It is going to be a fight to the finish. Man, Junior went in hard. Oh, maybe a little too hard. That's going to cost him time. 9 to go. Now he's 4 seconds off the lead again. He got into the front stretch chicane a little too hot. And that messed up his corner exit by quite a bit. Allgaier's got 2 more lap cars right in front of him. And now Allgaier's caught them in the infield portion of the track just like Junior did a couple laps ago. This is a chance. Junior trying to cut into that 4-second deficit again. Man, he's pushing hard. Allgaier's gotten around 1. Still trying to get around Colby Howard. Howard's trying to stick with him right now. Now the lead's down to 2 seconds. Junior's going to have to catch those guys in a good spot, though. So there's a second, about 2 seconds gain this lap for Junior. Into the backstretch chicane. Trying to make a move on Chad Fincham in the 13. Into the backstretch chicane. He closes the gap. Junior's got to get around him quick. He looks high. This is going to get tight into the front stretch chicane if Junior tries to send it. And he does try to send it, but not enough room. The 15 in the way of Colby Howard. 8 laps to go. Junior into the back of him on corner exit. That's going to cost him time again. And he'll get around Howard into turn 1. I mean, the lap cars are trying to get out of the way. There's just not enough room for him to do it. Still more lap traffic to come. I don't think it's going to be over until the race is over. Or a caution comes out. Whatever comes out first, the checker flag or the yellow, is going to really decide how many drivers are going to have a shot to win it. Gregson's back up to third again. So good for him to get around Hemrick. 4 more lap cars, not too far out ahead of Allgaier. Junior really needs Allgaier to struggle in the lap traffic. Happy New Year as well there, Tim. I mean, the desperate prop. Wow, Junior got through the backstretch chicane probably better there than what he has this entire race. Ton of time gained again. Allgaier still got 4 lap cars in front of him, but he's been really good in the lap traffic today. Junior has not been that great. Junior closes the gap again now into the front stretch chicane. Here he comes. 7 to go. Allgaier going to make a pass on the first lap car, Joe Graff Jr. And Dale Jr. is going to get around Joe Graff. To the inside of Landon Castle in the 89 goes Allgaier. Allgaier clears and finally Junior's got to run. Junior going for the lead. Allgaier takes the hold. Junior gets tight. He runs into the side of the lap car of Castle now. That cost him a little bit of time. Junior backing it down now underneath Mike Harmon. Allgaier still holds on to the lead. David Starr's the last lap car, and then there's a huge gap before the next lap car. That could be the deciding factor here. Allgaier just caught Starr in a bad spot. Junior into the back of Allgaier. Allgaier gets sideways, but he hangs on to his race car. Allgaier checked up quite a bit there behind David Starr. Junior had nowhere to go and just kind of ran right into the back of him. Again, these guys got to think big picture. They will likely be eliminated from the playoffs knowing where Martins is running right now if they wreck out. But they're in a good position to point their way in unless Martins can get back up there and win the race. He's about 15 seconds off the lead in 5th. We're going to see here. Junior wants to pass him clean. There's just no room to do it. Trying to cross him over now. Oh, and David Starr just took the lane away from Junior. Junior sends it into the corner to the inside of Allgaier. Oh, David Starr gets in the way. What was he thinking there, taking it 3 wide underneath the leaders? Trying to cross him over, he got into the side of Junior, and that costed Junior a shot to get to the lead. I have no clue what he was thinking in that situation. So Allgaier still leads. Junior trying to miss him, and this is going to be a big cut. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he didn't get penalized. He probably shouldn't have gotten penalized earlier when he did. That time he probably should have gotten penalized, and he didn't, so I guess it kind of repaid the favor there. He was going in at an awkward angle trying to make the pass on Allgaier. Allgaier did not budge. Big slide by Junior on the front stretch. 5 to go as he hangs on to it. These guys are going hard for the race win. Junior a little too wide in turn 1. He's losing ground again. Car's just a little too tight in that dirty air. It'll be interesting to see if we get another lap car in the mix by the end of this race. We are setting up for another classic finish. Oh, Junior, big mistake there. Upshifted to 3rd gear just a little bit too soon. Don't look now, but Noah Gragson, who was 9 seconds off the lead a couple laps ago, is now 5.5 seconds off the lead. These two get the battling up here. It is really going to help him. Junior is pushing extremely hard right now. Four to go this time. There is a couple more lap cars coming up. Great corner there by Junior. 2 more lap cars to be exact. Junior got through turn 1 pretty well as the front stretch chicane. He's all over the back of the 7. He's got to find a good set of corners to set him up so he can get around him. Allgaier pulls away slightly. Again, the infield portion of the track is where that dirty air is going to come into play a little bit more than the oval. The oval, that's where the draft is maybe going to help Junior if he can stay in line behind Allgaier. These next 2 lap cars can dictate the race. And I don't think Ryan Sieg is going to budge because he is below the cutoff line. He needs something drastic to happen. He might try to hold on for dear life. There's another lap car in front of him. Half a second between the top 2. Junior again, charging hard. Allgaier got a little loose. Junior all over his back bumper. Very intense situation. Allgaier's in position into the front stretch chicane. No, he's not in position. This might be the opportunity Junior needs. A little contact with Allgaier. Side by side now in front of Allgaier. As Sieg battles to get around the 90. Nowhere to go for the leaders. Gregson's now about 12.5 seconds off the lead as Allgaier just moved the 90 into the 39. Now Junior's going to move the 39 into the wall, and now they're side by side for the lead again. Junior's like, okay, Allgaier moved him out of the way. I'm going to move him out of the way too. That is not the way Junior wanted to lose the race. Lap cars as innocent bystanders there. They were racing way too hard in front of the lead cars in a desperation playoff race right now. Martin's meanwhile up to 4th. Harrison Burton's to 5th. Not sure what has happened to Hemrick. And we've got more lap cars coming up here in about a half a lap. Junior just can't get close enough to Allgaier unless there's lap traffic in the way. And clean air is just the deciding factor here. Junior's only led 2 laps all day today. So he hasn't led much, though he has been in the top 4 or 5 basically the whole race. Just think where Cindric could be if he was still in this thing too. It looks like Cindric is going to hang on. Riley Herbst is the next lap car. There's 2 more lap cars coming up. 3 more, actually. And we only got 2 to go. This is going to be the deciding factor here. Make that 4 lap cars. 4 lap cars in the way. With about a lap and a half to go here at the Charlotte Roval. If they get to the white flag, the next flag is going to end the race, whether it is the yellow or the checker. Darren Dill, welcome to the stream. You are here just in time. Junior gained a lot of ground into the backstretch chicane. Allgaier still hasn't caught the lap cars yet. 4 lap cars in front of the leaders as they come to the white flag to decide the winner of the race. Allgaier came in 3 points below the cutoff line. He is to the good right now. Junior, 41 points above. He is to the good as we run right now. They have to think big picture, though. Allgaier going to try to get underneath Riley Herbst. Junior's just going to move Herbst out of the way himself. He needs to keep up with Justin Allgaier to try and have a shot for the last lap pass for the win. Now he looks to the inside of Allgaier into turn 4. 21 car of Alfredo is now in the way. Junior to the lead with a half a lap to go. Allgaier trying to get back around him. Junior to the outside of the lap car of McLaughlin. He's still got Josh Williams in the way. Allgaier's keeping pace with him. Junior trying to get around the 92. A little contact with the 92. He can't clear him. And Williams is trying to side draft him. allowing Allgaier to stay right there with 2 chicanes now to decide the finish of the race. Junior first into the backstretch chicane. He got through there as well as he could. Allgaier still there with one last shot to win the race. Is he going to use the bumper? We've seen him use it a couple times today. Oh, Junior left the bottom open just a hair. Into the chicane. Junior hits it beautifully. Beats him to the gas. Dale Jr. wins at the Charlotte Roval. Last lap pass for the win. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with an epic finish is going to win the race. And that will punch his ticket in a clutch scenario into the round of 8. He was likely good on points anyway. Why not add more playoff points to carry over into the next round? What a race. We were setting up for something like that. Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. He got around him cleanly, too. He did move Riley Herbst out of the way, but he passed Allgaier cleanly. And I thought Allgaier was going to use the bumper there in those last 2 chicanes, because he used the bumper a couple times earlier in the race, and so did Junior, too. What a battle for the win. Only 1 caution today as well. 1 caution, and it was back in stage 1 on lap 5 when Cindric blew an engine while leading. We went caution-free through the 2nd and 3rd stages from that point on. That's about as good of a caution-free final stage as you can get. It was close all throughout. Frankie Smith, welcome. Junior's absolutely just demolished the engine in the victory celebration. Adrenaline Rush, welcome to the stream. I see you popped in there. Doing pretty good. What a finish to the calendar year, the 2020 season. As far as the channel goes, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Gonna take a look at the finish of the race there once again. We have been having some epic finishes here. We'll take you through the last lap of the race. So here was the final lap. Four lap cars in the way. Allgaier going to sneak underneath of Riley Herbst. Jr. had to rub into Herbst there. He couldn't allow Allgaier to get away. Then the next lap car of Anthony Alfredo ended up getting in the way. And the battle was on. And Junior able to pass the leader. That is the first pass anybody was able to make on the leader all race long. That is unbelievable. And it came on the final lap of the race. More lap cars ended up getting in the way of CJ McLaughlin. And then here was the big moment. The 92 of not Tommy Joe Martins. The 92 of Josh Williams was side drafted in the right rear corner panel of Junior there, getting back onto the oval. And that was allowing the 7 of Allgaier to keep pace with Dale Jr. And he had a couple chances to try and use the bumper. Into the backstretch chicane, there he went. Junior got through there about as perfect as he could. Allgaier got through there perfectly as well. And Allgaier had a chance. He almost got alongside Junior right there. And then again, before they got into the braking zone, Junior tried to run that defensive line by running higher, taking the passing lane away from Allgaier. Allgaier was all over his back bumper. Junior beats him back to the gas and beats him to the checker flag. What a finish. What a race. What a race. We'll take you through the finishing results here to this one. That is another win on the season. For Dale Earnhardt Jr. Was going to point his way in, but that win obviously is going to help carry over more playoff points to the next round. Only 66 minutes total time on the race today. Again, it flew by. We only had one caution per incident. Noah Gragson, despite spinning, battling for the lead with about 16 to go, still finishes third. Tommy Joe Martins put together a great effort. Was in a must-win situation there at the end of the or I should say going into the final stage, he was basically in a must-win situation. And with Justin Allgaier finishing second, that unfortunately was it for Tommy Joe Martins. And his season will come to an end. His miracle run will come to an end. Daniel Hemrick, who he won a stage earlier in the race, as well as Allgaier won stage number 2. So at least Allgaier gets one playoff point entering the next round. And for Hemrick, he isn't even in the playoffs anyway. But he did win stage 1 nonetheless there. Harrison Burton finished in 6th. Michael Annett 7th. He'll barely be able to hang on and survive by single-digit points to make it into the next round as well. Brandon Brown will finish in 8th, Jeremy Clements 9th, and Justin Haley rounds out the top 10. So the 4 drivers eliminated were Tommy Joe Martins, Brandon Jones, who had a terrible run. He came in 1 point below the playoff cut line, but the guy who came in -3 of Justin Allgaier jumped ahead of Jones, despite the fact that Jones was able to beat out Jesse Little, which he needed to do. Unfortunately, though, Allgaier having as good of a day as he did, scoring 18 stage points and finishing second. It was enough to knock out both Jones and Little. And then also Ryan Sieg, who was a non-factor all day, who finished 23rd, was knocked out as well. So that was a tough break. So Ryan Sieg, Jesse Little, Tommy Joe Martins, and Brandon Jones will be the 4 drivers eliminated from the round of 12. As we also had 18 drivers finish on the lead lap. And again, 2 DNFs. I didn't see Jesse Little blew an engine, but I guess he blew an engine with 13 to go. I guess we did see that one driver up in smoke getting to pit road, but they stayed green. I didn't realize it was Jesse Little, so that ended his season right there. He was having an okay day, but he wasn't in position to win. And Austin Cindric, we mentioned already, on lap 5 blew an engine while leading and after qualifying on the pole. So what could have been for Austin Cindric? Maybe he could have gotten his second win of the season tonight. But he will still survive, barely, into the next round of the playoffs. Luckily, he had that 53-point cushion coming in, because otherwise that wouldn't have been enough. And he got lucky that Allgaier had as good of a day as he did, but I mean, it was so close. It really was. Allgaier, if Brandon Jones or Jesse Little would have just had a top 10 run, no stage points, if they just would have both finished in the top 10, they would have been able to pull off a major upset, knocking out Austin Cindric, with Cindric only scoring 1 point here today. But Jones had the opportunity, so did Jesse Little. Little blew an engine. Jones did not run well, and Allgaier ran well, but he was the only one of the... Well, Tommy Joe Martins ran well also, but he was already -20 coming in, and he wouldn't have been able to catch Cindric. He was too far behind him. Crazy race for both the point stipulation and just the race in general. I mean, it was another classic with the last lap pass for the win. Again, Dale Jr. will win at the Charlotte Roval. Next full race live stream on the channel will be at noon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, as we'll be running NASCAR Thunder 2004. It will be at Darlington for the 5th race of the final season there. Thanks everybody for watching. As always, like, share, but most importantly, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. Compilation video of the worst crashes worst crashes on the channel in the year 2020 will be up by the end of the night as well, so keep an eye out for that one. And I will see you guys next time. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Have a good rest of your night. Have a happy New Year, and I'll see you tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time at Darlington. Thanks, everybody. And again, have a happy New Year.